Hello, so today I thought about making a bit of mead. I just cleaned up all my gear basically. A little vat here, 5 liters, an airlock, 2 pieces, a little funnel. Got myself a bit of bee vomit, so some simple stuff from a local market. And some less simple stuff from the same market, and just a bit for additional flavor. Sounded interesting, I suppose. Mediterranean flower honey, I guess that's translated. But yeah, okay. So for the ingredients I have some walnut wood chafing, I thought this was. I chafed this myself. I'm not really sure that it was walnut, but there's some kind of fruity, nutty wood, and then I got some hazelnuts as well. So I'm gonna crush these, put these in there. So we're gonna be putting that all together, and then oh yeah, no, I forget the most important ingredient. Of course, I mean you can't make mead without yeast a little bit. So I got a little jar of mead yeast. So we're going to throw that all together, and then we're going to see how it works out. So first we're going to sterilize a bit of water, so I get it nice and bit of fire beneath there. We're going to get that boiling and then cooling it down again, because well, it's a glass bottle, so I can't actually pour it in boiling hot. So first things first, let's just gently add the honey and just pour it through the little funnel. Let it drip in there. Ooh, look at that, nice and golden, dripping down. And that's the last jar. It's not gonna add too much of the taste to the whole thing, I think, but just to be a little bit more fancy than just using the cheap stuff, you know. You look at that thick layer. It's gonna be a real pest to mix that up with water though. Oops. So I watered down the honey a little bit so to clean out the jars. Well, that's gonna take some time. Okay, that looks okay. Time to crush a few nuts, I guess. Yeah, we'll just be strewing a few of them on here. Deegroller. I don't actually have a clue what it is in English. Oops. Crunch. So. Okay. That looks properly. Yeah, that looks proper. So. Yeah, I like the look of this. This looks nice and yeah, I guess maybe not necessarily edible, but the water hasn't quite cooled down yet, so I guess we'll just wait a little while before pouring that in. A new day, and well, the water cooled down, so we're gonna add that. Also got some blueberries. Wanted to add those, but I forgot to get those yesterday, so we're gonna add those right now. Clean them up a little bit. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Cut them all in half. Just make the flavor spread a little bit better than. having brought our funnel for this. This is really... well, they're falling all over the place. So we're gonna add 4 grams of yeast. We've got a nice little spoon for that, so we can precisely measure 4 grams. So we don't have to waste anything, so we can make just more the next time. Yeah. And did this work again? On, seems... oh yeah. And for about 4 grams. We just sprinkle that on there. Oops. Ooh. And then swirl it a little again just to get it nicely mixed up. And in the meantime we just pour a little drop of water in our airlock. Ta-da! And oops. Pushed it on rightly. Shouldn't let any air in. No oxygen to be in this fat. Just filthy carbon dioxide and alcohol and honey and all that.
In the shadow of the moon, she danced in the starlight.
So now we are about a month later, I think. Yeah. Well, I've moved the mead from the container. It's now in a different container than it was last time. I wanted to remove the layer of dead yeast after it was inactive. I don't quite know, dead and inactive yeast probably. That was piling up on bottom, because I didn't really want to risk that it would affect the taste. And I removed the berries and the wood and whatever. So now this has been sitting in this jar for about 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, I think so. But it looks all quite quiet. The water lock isn't bubbling. And I think we're ready for tapping it up into bottles. So, I've got myself a set of bottles here. And a little bit of a siphon here to set it over. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, remove the water lock. Come on. Yeah, okay, good. Ooh, that smells quite nice actually. Okay, so put in the little siphon. Can't really see it here. It is at the bottom. Well, damn it. I didn't really look at how large these things were, so this clip doesn't actually fit over here. Yeah, well. And then we put the other end down into one of the bottles. And there it flows. Beautifully. Quite clear, actually. Whee! And a little flip top going. So, the second bottle. Oh, the smell is now seriously everywhere here in the kitchen. I can imagine one of my roommates coming in and having something when, why does everything smell so deliciously like honey? Oh, oh yeah, actually I forgot to say, I am remembering now. I also added at the point where I removed all the yeast and the berries and whatnot. But at that point I also added a few 2 more jars of honey actually, because I tasted it a bit then and I just didn't like the sweetness then. So no. And also for that purpose I just put it away in a different jar, just to, if it would start yeasting again because of that honey, that it would well, not exploded bottles, so. But it didn't really reused. Well, it did a bit. It did a bit. But yeah, nothing tremendous. Well, and that's all I'm gonna get out of it. So I end up with a 6th bottle. Not quite full, but decently. A bit of refuge. Right. I don't think anyone wants to drink that. So now we need to measure what our yeast has been up to. So I got this little thingy. I didn't really do any density measurements. I think I could get a much more accurate reading that way, but yeah, I forgot to do that before actually putting it away to yeast. So I got myself one of these little things, and now hoping that sugar content doesn't really throw it off too much, we're gonna see what that reads. So I've got a bit of mead in there, got it dripping through at the bottom, and now you flip it around, and then if correct, that should start. Yeah, okay, I don't know whether the camera catches that, but there is a little line there. It is going down. Oh, wait a second, there's a whole air bubble here. Okay, that's going. We need to do that again. So, take 2. Whoop. And let's see. And we're racing down now. Oh boy, where's this gonna end? 23? No way. Okay, the sugar did throw this reading off. It's reading 23%. The yeast is supposed to go up to 18 and then it dies. Well, anyway, it reads 23. I got a little coffee filter in a glass because I'm gonna take a hippie approach here. Waste not. So, put a little sludge in there and see how clean it comes out and see if it tastes somewhat decent. So, here we go. Whoop. Drip, 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 drip. Ugh. Okay, I think this is how clear we are going to get it now. It just drips through quite quickly, just after you dump it in the filter, but then just about a minute later it just clogs up and it takes forever for the rest to filter, so I'm not going to filter it any further. But it looks like, yeah, it's nowhere near clear, but I guess it will do for a bit of a sip. Guess I'll not die from it. Let's see. Actually, that's not bad at all. Okay, I suppose the yeast taste is a bit prevalent still, but no, that's good. It's actually sort of sweetish with the hazelnut leaves a really pronounced aftertaste. I like it. Now I still want to make a label. So I designed a label earlier for this particular recipe, and well, while I think I'm just gonna use the same label, but it's I like it. It's just, well, little ode in here, and well, it just looks cool, I think. And the only thing we need to change here right now is the percentages. Well, while I sort of doubt the exact measurement, it still is what I measured, and this is nowhere near what it possibly is, so I'm gonna adjust that one. So okay, we've got the labels printed out 5 times. I'm not going to add a label to the 6th one, since, well, the overall quality in that bottle is a bit dubious, so I'm just gonna make these 5 labels. And so, got my little cutter. Okay, let's do this without this thing, because it's just, well, just look at this. It's absolutely terrible. Well, even though the camera won't focus, I think it's sort of clear. So, I mean, if the camera doesn't need to focus to be clear that something isn't cut straight, well, that should indicate that it really isn't straight. Okay. Stanley knife and little ruler. See how that goes. Much better. So, and here we are with our little bottles, a few labels and some cheap glue. So, let's get through this. Now, well, I have to watch that and the other bottles. No, they're not set on the same height. Well, prepared and done. Nice. Now, no, the only thing left for these is to wait for a good opportunity to drink them.